Okay, the purpose of this video is to demonstrate exactly how we are fulfilling that requirement of, questions being customized, because that is the main selling point of our app, is that depending on the user's difficulty level, we are assigning them easier questions or harder questions, etc. So I'm going to explain exactly how we did that. What we probably just saw is a quick quiz that didn't look that impressive because questions and answers, anybody can do that, right? But behind the scenes is where we distinguish our app from another app. And I'm going to explain exactly how we do that here. So here I'm just going to quickly brief over these. Topic is like a big idea topic. For example, statistics is one topic, algebra is another topic. Too big, too broad to narrow down, to like quiz on. So we break them down into subtopics. Fractions and percentages and combinatorics are examples of subtopics within the statistics main topic. This is the level that we're quizzing on. You cannot run a quiz on statistics. No, you have to select statistics, and then you can run a quiz on fractions and percentages or combinatorics. So you're quizzing on subtopics, not on topics. I'm going to skip this. I'm going to explain that a little bit later, but these are quite self-explanatory. We have questions, a set of questions in the database. They each have a set of answers. And do notice the one-to-many multiplicity between topics, subtopics, questions, and answers. So initially what we had is, ignore this, pretend subtopic connected straight with questions. Imagine there's an association between these two. Now, this worked, but the problem that we felt, so initially just, we have a set of questions, each related to a subtopic, great. But the problem with that is that we couldn't exactly measure users' skills in a specific manner. What that meant is, like, if they do well on a quiz, we can say, okay, you're good at combinatorics. That's not enough information for us to work with and customize their learning path. So what we decided to do was to add an additional level of nesting between these two called a question type. What this means is the way we ask questions, we have these sorted. So I'll give you an example of a question type. Within a quiz of fractions and percentages, some question type examples might be common denominators, fraction addition, fraction multiplication. So because we're now sorting questions based on the question type, notice the one-to-many multiplicity here, one-to-many multiplicity here. So now that we're sorting questions based on their question type, we can determine if they are good at particular skills. Like, we can narrow it much further down than saying good or bad at fractions and percentages. We can now say good or bad at multiplication of fractions, good or bad at addition of fractions. We can specify, we can get much more deep, which is why this level of nesting is here. I think that's about it. User progress. Okay, so this is where we keep track of their difficulty. So you'll notice in a quiz, we have a variety of question types, however many are related to the subtopic here. And what difficulty question do we get? Because each question type has a variety of questions. We need to grab something here. So every question type will have at least one question of each difficulty level. You'll see here. So minimum of 3 questions per question type, level 1, 2, and 3. And how we determine when we're grabbing a question, for each question type, what level do we want to grab? That will come from here. We go into their user progress. We say we want a question for question type ID number 1. Okay, well, let's grab the difficulty level for that question type for that user. And now that we know what the difficulty level is, now let's pull the question from this question type for this difficulty level. And that's all the behind the scenes of generating a quiz.